people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back. Yay, this is when when I'm recording this video, this is the last day of January 2021. This is actually January 31st 2021, and since the video will be on my channel on Tuesday February, that will be another month, 2 days into the next month. So I was just resting and I decided to shoot a video on lessons that I've learned from operating a business. So before I go on, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being here, for watching my videos. Thank you so much for the love. We are right now at 637 subscribers. Yay! So before we go on, if you haven't clicked the subscribe button, please click it already, because this is where we stay real and we have the best content ever regarding the thing which people are scared of speaking about. I'm talking about money. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, please click the subscribe button, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I do this for you. So yeah, let's go on. So a few years back, I used to have a business when I was just 21 years old, and it was a successful business at that. Not formally like a business structure where you have a shop or a room where people come and see what you're selling, but I used to do mostly online businesses, and I made a ton of money for my age at that time. However, I wasn't wise enough back then, and that's how it collapsed, because I would spend all the money that I had literally on myself and not leave any for the business and survive on like the next client, when they come, that's when I'll save for the business. So every now and then I would save some money, then I spend it, then I save and spend it. But I don't blame myself, because I was young at the time and I didn't know any better. So a few years later, I started a business, now like a formal business, where I have a place selling my goods. And yeah, it was a successful business for a beginning business, because I wasn't offering so many services, but at the end of the day I would have a ton of profit. Not so much, but just a ton for a start. So it was a successful business. I would call it successful. Sorry, this is one of my guilty pleasures. I'm trying to cut off this fizzled drinks from my diet, because I'm at that age where your body doesn't do the work it used to do when you were younger. Anyway, so when I owned that business, at least I should be consistent to, like, if I had been consistent in it, it was enough to pay my bills and do everything else. But sadly, a few months, around 6 months after it starting, it's also still collapsed. So yeah, I have learned quite a few things from me owning both businesses. And now late last year in December, I decided to start another business, now a third one, and combining both knowledge from the first two times. I think the third time is a charm, so I can't complain, but I've learned quite a few things over the years up to right now. So let me just go on to say, number one, your biggest clients will be strangers. So if you start a business expecting that your friends or family will support you, they will buy your products, they will market for you, they will sell for you, they will bring more clients and stuff, blah blah blah, it's a lie. Then number one, people who support you are people you don't even know. For example, back in the days, I used to sell beanbag chairs, and people who would promote me were clients. I would post my beanbags on a certain website and people would contact me, and that's how I would sell to them. However, that's not always the case. Right now, when I'm selling the goods that I have, most of the people who've promoted me during this journey are people I know, my friends and my family, and now returning clients. But from back in the days, the people who supported me the most were strangers. So that is the number one lesson I learned, not to depend on family and friends to support my business. Most of the people who support you are strangers. And I also had someone had posted this, that when you're starting a business, it's strangers who support you. When you're growing, it's strangers who still support you. But when you're celebrating your wins, it's the family which will now come in and support you and celebrate. Let me just try changing the lighting to see if it will be better. Mm. What do you think of that? Let me stick with this for a while. So yeah, don't just expect your family members or your friends to support you, otherwise you'll be disappointed. Yeah. The second thing I learned is save as much as you can. Sometimes, like, you need to take money out of your business to go into restocking your goods and services. Other times you need to take money to pay yourself, because after you've worked along, or you've worked like really hard, you also need to play. But if I could advise you on one thing, is save, because there won't be rainy days constantly. At least if you can count on your savings, that is, if you can count on your savings from your business, that will take your business to the next level. Yeah, save. The third thing I would advise you is always account for every coin that comes in and every coin that goes out. You see, after saving, write down, know that you've sold, like, let's say you are selling shoes, know that you've sold 10 pairs of shoes. This is the amount you've collected before you spend it, and account for it. And now, like, write down and say, this is what I'm going to spend here, this is what I'm going to spend here, this is what I'm going to spend here. Okay, so always account for every money that comes in and that goes out. The fourth advice I'm giving you is, if you can get a second source of income other than your business, or even if it's your business, diversify on the income sources. For example, if you're selling cars, you can also look into something complementary, like selling spare parts and selling, such that you're not focused on just one thing. If you can get a second source of income, it will be better. However, even this is like an advice number 5, even if you have a second source, if you're in business, not if you're not if you're like if you're not full-time into business, you can seek for employment such that you have double streams of income, so that when this doesn't work, you have something else which is working, where you can get a reliable source of income. However, on that note, I would advise you to have separate accounts for each. For example, let's say you're selling cars, you're selling spare parts, and you're selling, what else is complementary? I don't know, cars, spare parts. Just have an account specifically for cars and have a separate account for your spare parts, so that at the end of the day, it's easy to know that cars have brought in this much and spare parts have brought in this much. That was a mistake I made back in the days. I was selling handbags at the same time I'm selling beanbags. So beanbags would bring in to, like, they would bring this amount and handbags bring this amount, but because it's in the same account, I'm not like accounting for it. I just know there's money. So I would use money for beanbags on handbags and money for handbags on beanbags. Sometimes you deliver things you're not yet paid, you have to wait a while. So you end up straining and taking loans and debts or to finance the handbags, which the money for handbags has gone to the beanbags. I don't know, you can see the math. I don't know if that makes sense. If you can have separate accounts for each of the good that you're selling, the better, so that you know at the end of the day that this is what is coming in from this and this is what is coming in from this. Same too if you're employed and you're also in business full-time. If you have a separate account for your salary and another account for your business, the better. Yeah, so that is key. Have separate accounts for each item which you're selling. If you can do that, the better. If not, make sure you keep your records straight kabisa. Like, uziandike chini ukuwe sure ndo you avoid all that confusion. Because movement is not progress. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're making a lot of money. So if you're busy on handbags and busy on beanbags, like in my case, To the outside eye, someone can see you're doing so much, you have so much money, but there's nothing in the bank account to reflect what you are doing. So have separate accounts if you can. If not, be really strict on accounting and don't touch money for this into this. Yeah. So I think that was it for today. I hope this was educative. I hope this was informative. I'm trying to branch out new things. Also, if there's any other lesson which you have learned on business, you can write and comment. And if there's any other piece of advice which you'd like someone, if there's a question which I haven't touched, because I had so much to speak about but I did not note them down, so I've discovered right now I'm blank. But if there's something which you want me to talk on regarding this topic for today, just kindly comment and I will be sure to respond. If I don't have an answer, I'll research about it and tell you. So that's it for today. Thank you guys, and you don't want to miss Thursday's episode where I'm going to be speaking about advice to my younger self regarding money. I invite people to join and watch my channel so that I may reach 1,000 subscribers. Please, I will really appreciate. That's it for today. Thank you so much and bye guys. See you next time. Hello guys. Ooh, let me start afresh.